Welcome all in to the Real Kipper and Bourne Show, where we go now 2 hours.
Cool.
We could call it the fastest 2 hours in hockey. Nick Kypreos, Justin Bourne, Sammy McKee, Jake the Snake Schultz, Derek Brandeo. We are live on Sportsnet 360, Sportsnet 650 in Vancouver, Sportsnet 960 in Calgary, and streaming always on Sportsnet Plus. This hour of Real Kipper and Bourne brought to you by Bet365. We are well underway in the National Hockey League. 3 games last night, 4 tonight, including the Toronto Maple Leafs, the Montreal Canadiens, and then the Calgary Flames and the Edmonton Oilers, which will be a doubleheader right here on Sportsnet. And we can also include a baseball game. Are you okay?
Do we have to?
Are we okay, Sammy? In a few minutes, we're going to welcome in David Amber, but in the meantime, we'll let Sammy explain to us what happened last night to our Blue Jays.
I don't know. I don't know. Listen, it wasn't going to be easy. You're not going to sweep that team.
That's the right answer.
But I'll tell you what, sure wish it didn't look like that.
Mm-hmm.
There's ways they can lose that game where I'm like coming in here being like, oh, it's just another chance tonight. That's not one of those ways. But there is another chance tonight, and the Jays have, let me check, bullpen on the mound.
Oh, my God.
And it was great last night.
So none of Bassett, Barrios, Scherzer?
Bassett and Scherzer, neither of them are on the playoff roster, but I agreed with both the decisions. Scherzer was brutal down the stretch. Bassett was injured. Barrios is on the shelf. So, four of their five opening day starters are not involved. So,
Crazy.
So, for team, this is just my take. Okay. For a team that has been stellar in defense, right? In the outfield, every guy looking like Pilar Superman. They've been Supermaning all year long.
Unbelievable. One of the best defensive teams in the league. No question.
And then it was the Yankees that kind of booted it around all year and shot themselves in the foot.
Correct.
And then I'm watching the Jays last night, and they're looking like the 1976 Bad News Bears.
Yeah, I mean, didn't help. You know, like, you look at the first inning. If IKF doesn't boot one, then you get Bieber out of the first inning with less pitches. And
Barger. Santander taking a softball route to
Santander.
Yeah.
So he reminded me of a kid in the outfield where he doesn't catch the ball and then he slides and then he just stays there for like 2 minutes.
And he's like, oh, my wrist.
He didn't move. He just stayed there like in a reverse snow angel.
Here's what I'll say.
Get up.
Here's what I'll say, okay? The lights looked a little too bright for the Toronto Blue Jays last night. They had a moment where they're like, we're up 6-1. We're going to sweep the New York Yankees. And they completely went to sleep. And
it was the third inning. And it was like, there's way too much baseball game left.
And, Barger, that's what I'm blaming the loss on. In the space-time continuum, he catches that ball. They get out of that inning unscathed, and they win that baseball game in my mind. So that's the biggest blame for me. Lots to go around. And everybody is down on them tonight. It's a bullpen game. I understand all that stuff. Here's what I'll say. The unexpected always happens in baseball, where it's like huge favorite, ace on the mound, blah, 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 and the weird stuff happens. I got a good feeling about tonight. I got a funny, good feeling about tonight. So there you go.
Okay, great. Yeah, we'll take that. It was heartbreaking though. My son it was a long game. My son went to bed at 6-1. He was like, all right, night. Morning, son.
I did like Chicago and Florida starting at 5 p.m. Eastern because you can watch the game. Jays 8 o'clock start Eastern. No conflict
tonight.
And then I bailed on the rest of the games and just focused on the ball game.
Yeah.
But tonight, it's not an 8 o'clock first pitch. It's a 7, which matches right up against our opening game of the Maple Leafs and Montreal Canadiens.
Two-screen night.
Can I ask you who's going to have a better year, the Chicago Blackhawks or the Chicago White Sox? Because I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's tough to see how it gets better for the Blackhawks.
Nazar and Bedard.
Spencer Knight is good.
Yeah.
I think he's good.
Okay, Nazar is definitely going to take a step.
I don't know in terms of what that means for wins and losses, but they're already better with him, I believe, as long as he's healthy physically, mentally. I think it's an improvement there.
Okay, well, that's good. Watching Bedard, he didn't have any points, but he looked really good.
Fast.
Dangerous. Nazar had a goal and assist, so maybe there's something there, but you go through all the teams in the league doing some prep for the season. Everyone has players.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, you got a few guys? Great. You need like 14 good players to even be a contender.
Wouldn't exactly say the Panthers looked like they took a step back last night.
Nah.
They were zipping around the whole night.
Yeah, I'm with you with Bedard. I think he's looking stronger, which he should. I mean, he's not an 18-year-old kid anymore, right? I mean, it's third year now in the National Hockey League.
No, I did have it pointed out to me that when he was on the ice, shots were 15-2 for the Panthers last night. So there's work to be done. There's work to be done.
Okay, he popped in moments.
Yeah.
And did you watch any Avalanche Kings?
Just the highlights.
Okay. I watched the first 2 periods of Avalanche Kings. I needed something to take my mind off the horrendous happenings at Yankee Stadium.
Fast.
And Colorado looks unbelievable. Breathtakingly fast. And the Kings did like the jersey thing.
I know.
Where they wore their normal jerseys in warm-up, and then they brought out their new jerseys.
Check it out. Slightly worse version.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I loved them. I loved them. They're nice.
Nothing to like. They're just black.
Black, that nice classic logo, the silver bucket. It's a good look. They didn't look good, play good though, because they got run out of the building for us that night.
I do. I worry a little bit about the Kings with the focus on Kopitar in his going away party / career.
Why would you ever let people know you're retiring before you're like a full year out?
Such a big distraction.
With the press conference and yeah, I'm with you. I wouldn't have made it that big of a deal.
Not like you.
Because they got to try to win now. Isn't LA in that kind of win now mode with him and Drew Doughty? And
like they've just been lambs to the slaughter for the Oilers the past few years. And how do you think they're better?
It's just a lot of Edmondson and Ceci, Dumoulin. Like,
it's
we'll
just
see.
real tough to see how that's a better team. I like, Kempy's great and Kopitar's still there. Byfield can take a step. Fiala, had a good last part of the season. Vogel, decent numbers. They got some players, but they're not a cup threat.
no.
Avs, however, cup threat.
Serious cup threat.
Yeah.
A lot of good players.
Perhaps the cup favorite.
Yeah.
Maybe Tampa.
Yeah.
All right, in a few minutes, we're going to welcome in David Amber, studio host of Hockey Night in Canada, NHL on Sportsnet. He gets going tonight with our doubleheader. I'm sure he'll have one eye on a monitor somewhere for the Toronto Blue Jays. But what a jam-packed night for us here at the network.
Yeah, Bruins Capitals tonight, Flames Oilers. What a start there. Kings back at it tonight against the Golden Knights.
Nice start for them. Holy.
Yeah, they get Colorado, Vegas back to back.
So
Sweet.
Jets talk quickly before we get to DA.
Sure, yeah.
Kyle Connor with the big contract signed.
8 years, $96 million, $12 million per. A lot of signing bonuses and a rare no move clause, which they don't give out a ton of.
No, they don't. And it just seemed like they had this salary structure or cap within a cap. This was the one Canadian market for sure where we're going to have to do things a little bit different. And Scheifele bought into it. Connor Hellebuck, of course, that ultimately at 8.5, I think, a year and a half ago, maybe.
Yeah.
And then Kyle Connor just comes out and just takes it right to, this is the going market. This is Rantanen. This is Marner. And now it's me. And Winnipeg goes, yep. Like,
for sure.
And
it is. That's the price.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay, that doesn't feel like a major change in the organization's kind of mindset or philosophy.
To me, it's like inflation. When you go to the grocery store and a year later, bread is $1 more. Your choice is to pay $1 more or not get bread.
Yeah, Doritos cost $9 for 2 bags.
All right, plenty more to dissect on the signing in Winnipeg with Kyle Connor. Let's bring in our first guest. In terms of first time on the show this season, not first ever because he's been on in the past. We're lucky to have him. Let's bring in David Amber. Now, you know, we do amazing work here on features. But last year, my favorite feature by country mile was on David Amber and the day in the life of David Amber.
Did we do that?
Oh, yeah, we did it.
Sorry, I missed it.
And for those of you that don't have stills right now, this is David. David was answering the door at a hotel, and then they took him in the gym, and these are leg lifts.
I'm embarrassed of my body.
Look at these leg lifts. Oh, here's a closer look at the leg. Oh, look at, the calves look amazing. Amazing. And I think push-ups were involved in this feature, David. And then they showed you kind of trying to get Corey Perry to notice you in the hallway.
Enough, Kipper.
Yeah, it was awesome. It was awesome.
Into a roast here. Oh, my
Hey,
goodness.
no. What was it? Now, I've always wanted to ask you, do you combine upper body with lower body?
I do. Kipper, well, let's get on the squat rack. I know you're trying to mock me here, but I'm comfortable.
No, I'm not mocking you. No, I'm not.
Yeah, you know what? I'm trying to stay as fit as possible.
Buddy, you
It's
look
my-
amazing.
Only mentally keeps me sane.
I only do this because I'm incredibly jealous.
Yeah, okay.
Okay? That's
What you
the
guys
only
doing?
reason. How are you?
Good. You guys have a good summer?
So, will you be tested for this season, or are you like the players now where you don't need physical testing anymore to start the season?
Drug testing? Or just
No. Are you jacked? Are you ready to go here? Besides, your amazing pecs.
Yeah, you know what? I'm ready to go. I was, like Sammy, I was glued to the set last night watching the Jays and selfishly wanting them to win to sweep away the Yanks, and also very selfishly hoping they'd win so we'd have, double our audience tonight for Scotiabank Wednesday Night Hockey. What can you do? It might be friends and family appointment viewing, but it is a really compelling doubleheader tonight, and Toronto-Montreal. And there's so many storylines with both these teams. You talked about Winnipeg. We don't have Winnipeg on the air tonight, but we also have Edmonton-Calgary, and really excited to see, Dustin Wolf in his second year, how he's going to perform. And obviously we want to see what's going on with Edmonton, with the newly, minted situation with Connor McDavid. That all quiet downs now. So, listen, there's so many good things to see. And of course, we're going to see the Mitch Marner debut with Vegas tonight as well. Another game we're keeping an eye on. So there's a lot going on, and let's get right at it. This preseason seems like it's gone on forever, hasn't it?
It's world record length. It is. And yes, thank you for joining us, Dave. Good to see you again, man. So you got Toronto-Montreal to start the season off. That's awfully exciting. I think all of us are looking forward to that. Two teams that both made playoffs and have high expectations going into the year. You are a perennial Canadian team booster, rooting for our Canadian teams. Where do you see Toronto and Montreal compared to their seasons last year heading into this?
Well, Toronto, we have to wait and see. I mean, Mitch Marner is a world-class player, and without him, how is their offense going to go? They were dead last in the league in goals by defensemen last year. They clearly need more from their back end to make up for the loss of Marner. The one thing I'll say, though, and talking to Craig Berube, is this feels a lot more like the type of team he likes to coach. And that's not a knock on Marner. Obviously, he'd love to have superstars there. But I mean, as you guys just pointed out, they're the biggest team in the NHL. 6'2", 210 is the average size of a player on their team. Yeah, the biggest team in the NHL. And maybe it just feels a little bit more like that 2019 St. Louis team that didn't have a bunch of superstars. It just had a bunch of blue-collar guys who could go to work. Yes, there's still Matthews and Nylander. And
who are world superstars?
What's that?
Yeah, you're right. I mean, they are superstars, and you're just wondering. So is it dump and chase for like 70%, 80% of the lineup, and then the Nylanders and the Matthews get to kind of east and west it up?
Listen, that's a great question. And I guess we're going to find out starting tonight. I mean, Craig Berube's been saying it's all about the process. I asked him, what would success look like this year? And he says, I don't want to get caught up in going 2 rounds and all that. It's the process that matters and doing the right things. He says, if we do the right things and learn to win games the right way, come April, come May, those are habits that just happen. And you don't have to worry about meltdowns in the 5th or 7th game or whatever. So, I think for him, he's all about getting guys to play to their limits and do what they're most comfortable doing. They add Roy, they add Joshua, right? Joshua, these are big-bodied guys. These are guys who will do, as you say, Kipper, some dump and chase and bang some bodies around. Their blue line stayed the same, and I think that's actually probably a pretty important thing. If there is a strength on this team, maybe you're going to say now, instead of saying it's the offensive top side of the Leafs, you might say it's the defense and the goaltending. We'll see what happens with Joseph Wall, but clearly if Stolars and Wall can come out and do